News Report TV. Thank you for tuning in. So I kind of wanted to revisit this topic as Casanova two times has recently been back in the news because of the trial that occurred between with against Taxstone for murder. So Taxstone was brought up because he was on a wiretap when it comes to the Irving Plaza shooting incident. However, Casanova two times has not been sentenced as yet, and over time, back in 2019, this incident came up where this woman by the name of Naya Rucker was assaulted in a diner in New York City, and I just wanted to visit this topic, not necessarily in regards to charges, because I don't think that this case, I don't believe that he's going to be um, charged with this because she did initiate a civil suit against him, but it was later dropped. She stopped coming to court, and then she later dropped the charges. So let's get into that article. I got this article from allhiphop.com. Woman who blamed Casanova for breaking her jaw drops lawsuit. It says here that the rap star Casanova dodged a lawsuit earlier this week in court when the alleged victim decided to drop her complaint. Now, keep in mind that this article is from 2020, so when it says this week, it's referring to back in 2020. This was back on March 14, 2020. Casanova is off the hook in a civil lawsuit over claims he broke a woman's jaw. Naya Rucker dropped the entire lawsuit against the rap star on March 12th for unknown reasons. In the video that I saw with Pix 11, I did hear that Naya Rucker claimed that associates of Casanova two times were reaching out to her, pleading with her to drop the suit. So when they say unknown reasons, I'm assuming that's what the unknown reasons are. Rucker became involved in a dispute with Casanova's crew when she tried to use her phone to live stream him eating inside of the restaurant. Casanova wasn't having it, and neither was his crew. They beat Rucker up and broke her jaw in an attempt to delete the footage from her cell phone. The incident resulted in 2 counts of felony robbery for Casanova, charges he has completely denied. Last week, a judge threatened to toss the case because no one had heard a peep from Rucker in almost a year. However, the judge didn't have to do anything because Naya Rucker decided to drop the case herself. I suspecting I don't know. I suspect maybe there was a payoff because I mean it's costly, to go to the hospital if your jaw was broke. That's costly. So I'm wondering if there was a payoff involved outside of the lawsuit. And I really brought this up because I wanted to play devil's advocate. This young lady in the video, if you go back to this video, she's crying. She's saying it's not fair. She's saying that she thought that they did this because they were treating her like she was a nobody and that because he's somebody. And I'm not really going with that, to be honest. Yes, I do not agree if Casanova himself put hands on her. I do not agree with that because he's a male, of course. However, playing devil's advocate, a lot of females, not all, but there is a category of females who hang around. I'm specifically referring to females who hang around street guys or females who hang around guys that kind of dabble into illegal activity. And these females hang around. These females, some of them almost carry some of the masculine mannerisms of those males. And it's almost as if either they want to be like them or they just want to be so associated and accepted by these males that they will almost do anything, including setting another guy up, including infiltrating maybe the opposition of those guys that they hang with in order to either have that person set up or hurt, robbed, killed. So I feel like when Casanova So one of the things that I wondered to myself, I said to myself, before this altercation occurred, did anyone ask her to stop? Did anyone ask her, and she does say that the her exact words were, they said, "Yo, shorty, take me off your live," right? And then there was another article that I read that basically it the way the situation is explained, she was asked to not do it. And my whole thing is, I feel like that's where Casanova two times and his crew were coming from. People are set up, people are killed, right? We have so many examples that we can talk about where celebrities, it doesn't, you don't have to be in a street life, but where celebrities are put into dangerous situations because, you know, their location is known. A few years ago, Kevin Hart's home was robbed because Kevin Hart documented, I guess, that he was not going to be home at a certain time, and his home was broken into, and I want to say millions of dollars in his, in some of his possessions were stolen. So Kevin Hart has noticeably stopped some of those mannerisms. Let's talk about Kim Kardashian. She could have lost her life when she was robbed, when she traveled to, I think it was England or something like that, or London. And you know, her hotel was broken into. They were able to set her up because they knew her location. So you don't have to be doing illegal activity to think this way or to have this mindset, you know, where it's like, hey, give that person the respect, or have some decency, or kind of try to think like, hey, you know, you might be putting this person into a dangerous situation. So if they ask you to stop recording them, why don't won't you stop? I feel like the reason why the situation escalated to where she was assaulted is because either she wouldn't delete the video or she wouldn't stop. And I think when they asked her to stop, I think she's, you know, I think she did give that excuse like, "Hey, I'm just recording my food or something." And it was like, you no, you knew that you had them on your video, and you still, instead of stopping, instead of respecting their request, you continued, you know. In my opinion, and you can let me know down in the comments what you think. In my opinion, I feel like there should be a law against recording someone without their permission, and also definitely using that recording or that footage without their permission. I think there should be a law against that, you know, around the world, because it's just senseless, you know. Just a few days ago, I think it was yesterday, I saw an article that there was a man that showed up at Rihanna's home to propose to her. Maybe the man did not have any ill intent to harm her or anything, but that's still very, very scary. And we don't know, he might show up there and Rihanna might say something, or somebody might say something that the person doesn't like. We don't know if that person has weapons on them, and maybe something dangerous may happen. So it is just irresponsible. You know, this is not about, and I don't think this is a situation where anyone thinks that you're nobody. I think that you put somebody into a situation that could have been very dangerous. And I really honestly don't have any empathy or sympathy for her in regards to the assault. I'm sorry. It was very, you know, she didn't it was a valid request. Stop recording. Anyway, I don't think that Casanova is going to be charged with this. I think that what I have seen is that I feel like when someone has a lot of charges or things going on, I feel like some of these um, things just fall to the wayside. I remember just before Tekashi 69 was charged with the federal charges, there were like incidences where he was going to court and he was getting off. I mean, and people were wondering why, you know, is he getting off? He got away with that, you know, and then we later saw that the feds you know, apprehended him. So maybe that's the reason why this whole case is not really going to be considered when it's all said and done. However, that was just my take on it. I think that there are females out there that will set a guy up, and you know, sometimes cannot be trusted, and that is the reason why the people around Casanova or Casanova may have reacted that way. It's I did also watch in the same Pix11 video, the reporter went to the diner and asked one of the staff members there, hey, about the incident. And the lady said, we didn't see anything. She answered for everybody. She said, we didn't see anything. Nobody saw anything. So, um, I mean, the proof that she has was, I mean, you can see the stitches, you can see that she was clearly, oh, and there was a video of her face bloodied and everything like that. However, I'm honestly, if you can't respect somebody's space, I just don't have the empathy for you. I'm sorry. All right, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.